status to know if my flow will work. Okay, so if outcome of this approval process is approved, I will go there and update file properties. So I'll update my, but still. Yes, my pasted. Come on, documents, and the ID of my document is here. And I will change status from pending to approved. And that's it. I can do the same for rejected, so I can change status for rejected, but for this demo, I think that this will be enough. So go there. And for Teams, of course. And if I upload a new document from Teams to Teams, yeah, uploading a new document 17, it's in pending status. So I must wait a little. It should start within 1 max 2 minutes. And what will happen? When it starts, it will create an approval process and send it to me, but using email message. So I won't get any notification using Teams. So in basic scenarios, you can upload a document or do the same thing using the SharePoint list or Microsoft list. So if I create a list, it will work in the same. But I don't get any notification from Teams. So Teams is only an interface, but actual work, actual approval process is, no, I must go to email and do the work. Oh, okay, it's running, so it started, and what happened? I get a message that Marcin Siewnicki, the title. I use title, not name. I uploaded a new document, and I can approve or reject. If I click submit and approve, then it should change here. Yeah, to approved. There's typo. So in basic scenarios, when we only create a basic or maybe advanced approvals in Power Automate, but using document libraries and Microsoft lists, it's still divided into two areas. One in Teams, when you can upload a document and check progress, so I can check and go there and if it's approved or not. And in Outlook or Power Automate portal, there's also an approval section. In Outlook, I can go and click approve if I get an email message or reject, add some comments, etc. So it's divided into two applications. If I use that for documents or for list, and I use this my flows. Okay, this one. So if I use this start and wait for an approval action, so it will be divided into one at least two applications, Outlook or maybe Power Automate portal and Teams. So Teams will only consume and be part of entire process. And I can do the same for Microsoft list. I created the same process here. So it's content scheduler. So if I add the list item, it's block something about new post on LinkedIn. I enter any metadata I need. So it's planned, content type, it's social media post, add some dates, and save it. I connected the same type of approval here, and the same as for document library. So it works in the same way. On Microsoft list from Teams, I can check progress and add new items, maybe modify this list entry. Yeah, it's planned, but it should start pretty soon. But when I got, or my boss get this approval email and he click approved, it will change status to ready to publish, or to if I reject it, it will change status to something different. But still, Teams will only consume and will be a place where you can track your progress, or create a new items, new documents for approval process. There's something new. Yes, a new process for this post on LinkedIn, so I can go there and click approve. And from Teams, yeah, ready to publish, but I must refresh the window. So again, Teams is a consumer part, only for end user tracking progress. But what if I want something more? What if I want to check directly from Teams what's going on with my approvals from entire Office 365? Currently, there's an additional application, personal application in Teams called Power Automate. If you can add it from this ellipsis here and find Power Automate, this one, and it will allows you to open a Power Automate window, dedicated window inside Teams as a full window, and from there you can create a new UI flow, cloud flow currently, from templates. There you can get dedicated templates for Teams. You get status of all of your cloud flows, and there's a section called approvals, and from that approvals you will get information about all of your approvals assigned to you from entire Office 365. So it's one place when you can check all of approvals sent, received, or history of your of approvals assigned to you or sent by you. So it's a little bit more than switching to Power Automate portal. So that's good. But still, if you create a portal, approval processes all in this window or via email. So it's still not fully integrated. But currently there's one method, or in fact two methods, but based on one concept, that allows us to create approvals tightly integrated with Teams. And what does it mean? Approval request will be sent to us, to users, via chat or channel or channel chats. So you don't need to switch to Outlook to check if we get email message from this approval or for other approvals. We can go and check directly from Teams. And if you use a chat, so personal chat, each person will get a private message using chat. But if you use channel as a delivery method, every team member or every person that work on that channel will get a message and can click approve or reject or add some information. And to use that, we can use adaptive cards action from Power Automate. And there are two methods. We can assign approval to a specific group of people. So in this case, to entire a group of team members. So every team member can go and click approve or reject button, or we can create, but they must be specified at the beginning. So if we start approval process and add a few new team members, they won't be able to approve or reject that already running approval process. But there's also a second option that we can create an approval process that will work without permission. So if we send an approval to a team, to a specific channel, every current member or every new member will be able to go there and click approve or reject. So there's two ways. It depends on us what we want to use and what's better for us. And this time I quickly create a list because I want some metadata. So I use Microsoft lists, create a list from maybe template, maybe travel request. Oh, why not? there's a lot of predefined, okay, a lot of predefined metadata here. Title, reason for travel, requester, dates, and some estimated costs. So that's great. So I must switch to my Power Automate again. Power Automate. Create a new blank. And now I must start with new item. So when a new item is created, again, I must type it manually, and this is my travel request. So now I can go there and create an approval. And approval. But this time I will use create an approval, and in other action I wait for approval. So I divide this process into two actions, and the same. Approve first people to respond, title, new approval process for title, assigned to, and I must assign it to a person, because I want to send this to my channel. So I should assign all team members, all members of that specific team to my approval. So I must get, before this action, I must get list group members. So I must get list of all of members of my team. And from my approvals demo team. So that's easy. And I should add them here, but approvals required email addresses separated by a semicolon. So I must create a semicolon list with emails with semicolons. So to do this, I must initialize a variable members as a string, and then append to string variable. So this one, and what I want, email. So I get the mail property from this list group members. So it's quite easy, and add the semicolon at the end. So Power Automate, detect that it's that there can be multiple values and apply to each loop. So I don't need to do anything more. So I created a variable, get all members from my team, and create a variable with email addresses divided by the semicolon. And now I can go there and assign it here. This is my var team members. And details as the same before. Approval, request details. Okay, and what requester, and we have request or display name. What else? What else do we have here? Airline, estimated hotel cost, travel dates. Okay. Travel start date, and it's travel start date. Travel end date as a travel end date. Maybe airlines. Get airline value. Airline cost. So you can create a hotel cost. Travel hotel cost and airfare cost. You can create a message with all required information for approval process. So that end user will be able to get decision based on that information. He don't need to switch to to details of that item. He can, but there is no need to if we create a rich text card with all required information. And link at the end, so there's always a link property and link description as a title of that request. Okay, and now we create if a new item appears, I will get all users from my team and create approval. Okay, so approval will start. Now I must use there's a dedicated section for actions for teams in Power Automate, and I should use post a choice. No, post. Where is it? This one. Post your own adaptive card as the flow bot to a channel. And this card allows us to send a message with details of that approval to our selected channel. We can use the card to send the approval card to each member of my team, but for testing it's much easier to use the channel. So again, I must select a team, so approval team, a channel, general, and here because I can use different type of channels, I can create a lot of channels in my team, but if you create a private channel, you won't be able to select it from this dropdown. So it works only for standard public channels. And message. Yes, message. It's called Teams. Teams adaptive card. So we must use this property because it will send us all information from this approval ready to use by this card. So we don't need to do anything else. And I can add a new travel request as a headline. And again, at the end, I should add some, condition to check if a user approved or rejected that specific approval. So outcome here. That's my outcome. Okay. Come on. And then what? Then I can easily go there and update my item. Update item. And I should paste it. Come on, list, travel request, and with my ID. Title, I must provide title again. But this time I can select is it approved or not, so I don't need to do anything more. Okay, and for testing it should be enough. So now if I create a travel to what? Ignite 2022, hope. Request where I put myself, this one, hope. And destination Orlando, whatever I need to, I can put it here. Airlines. Travel date 22. I quickly copy the page 24. Why not? And that's it. So I can save it. So now my Power Automate should start in a few seconds, I hope. But this time I get an email message, of course. But this time I will get also a card. Okay, let's wait a few. Card directly to my posts in approvals demo team. So it's much easier for users to get email, to get this message if it's a group approval process, of course, to teams. Oh, and here it is. Dedicated card with approvals with details. Yeah, not formatted well, but you can format it using Markdown in proper way. So new approvals, and I can click approve or reject. That's great. So if I click approve, it will be approved. If reject, it will be rejected. But it's first thing, it's visible for every team member. So if you are a member, if there's 50 people in that team, everyone will get this message, and everyone will be able to click approve. If he's assigned to that, as I created here with that, this group members option, and we get all group members and assign that approval to everyone, and he will be able to click approve or reject. But if we invite a new let's say add member, if I invite my new test user after approval started, it is where's my test? I quickly go there and enable my test user John. Yes, this is my test user John window. He's member of this approval because I invited that user here. So as you can see, he can see that approval and click approve. And what happened? As you can see, I was able to click approve and submit, but I get this message. This is in Polish, unfortunately. Yeah, that this request is not assigned to you. So in fact, the user was able to click, but then Power Automate approval checked that he's not assigned to that approval, and nothing happened. So that's it works as expected, but end user behavior is not so good, because we can click, but at the end we get info that we are not we don't have any permission to do that. But it won't it prevents from unauthorized user to assign that. Yeah, so this works that way. But the second option, and yeah, the email address, the email message with proper formatting, yeah, it works for emails. Here, so if I click from email, it will work the same as from this card. Please switch to refresh that one. So if I want to assign and keep permissions, so I can use this create an approval process and then post adaptive cards. And so I will use approval action, and approval action, keep all permissions in place and get all stuff behind that approval process. But if I want to be sure that every single team member, new or existing, can click and can do some actions in this approval, I must use different type of approvals. Using quickly create a new, this time will be have 9 minutes, so it should be okay. When an item is created, yes. But this time I create a very simple list. Blank list, yeah, so approvals. With title, yeah, okay. And yeah, now it's approvals demo and approvals, but this time, because we want to use something different, I will use Teams, a different action, but without approval action. So it's something different. User to a channel. This one. Post an adaptive card to a Teams channel, maybe a bit bigger. The Teams channel, and wait for a response. So I must provide a team ID. So this is my approval demo. Channel ID, general, and message. But message should be in because I don't have any approval action. So I don't have any ready to use message. So I must create a new one. And to create a message for adaptive card, I can use designer or create my own JSON file. So I prepared this one. You can use and go there and create your adaptive card using the designer. You can add containers, media, input text blocks, etc. So it's quite easy. Okay, so I must paste it here, and there's a title somewhere. Oh, this. So I replace that one with my title. Yeah. Okay, I won't get any. I won't create any conditions because we don't have time for that. But this time, okay, when a new item on this list is created from Teams, of course, I will send a message adaptive card to a team channel, but without any approval. So everyone, every current, every existing, and every new members of that team will be able to go and select that specific action. So there's my members. So I remove John. Okay. So if I go there and quickly click approval with only adaptive cards. So now this process will start. Soon, and send the same approval adaptive card into this general channel. Must wait a little. And then I will be able to click the same way, the same buttons, approve, reject, as for this one, yeah, but without any additional metadata because I didn't configure it. But I can click approve or reject. But if I invite my John, John user command again, and switch to my John.
Marcin, you have 5 minutes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. This is my John account. Yeah, I'm removed from approvals. Demo. Did I add him or not? Manage team, manage members. Okay, John, add John again. Maybe I missed that one. Okay. So now John, it's not refreshed. It's some delay from my account test account, the other test accounts. Okay. Last check. Yes, it works now currently. Okay, good. So this is my test account, John, and I add John after this approval started. So, but he can click approve or reject. Yeah, but this time there's no permission check, so he was able to click and approve that specific item or request. So as you can see, there are two methods. One for with approval action, which keeps permission in place, and it won't allow any new members from accepting current running approvals. And this adaptive cards only when every single member of a team will be able to approve or reject. Okay, 3 minutes. So on at the end, what's coming soon? There will be dedicated application for approvals in Teams that will completely remove requirements from switching to different places. It will be central place for all approvals, and not only from Power Automate. So if you create a approval from Azure DevOps, it will show here. You will be able to start approvals from a chat, directly from a chat window. There will be dedicated icon for that. Work directly from chat based on adaptive cards, and capture electronic signature from your approvals using Adobe Sign, DocuSign, and some others. So it will be, and this is a preview of that window, dedicated approval apps application with a list of your current approvals assigned to you with source for approvals, Azure DevOps, maybe some other sources, and you can work, as I said, in the same way I showed you here, but with more advanced cards, with more options, and even document preview. So it will be available directly from Teams. So it should be available this month, but it was delayed at least 2 times. So I hope it will be available this year. But if it be postponed to January, it still be very good, because it's a huge game changer and change entire approval process and move it to the next level. Okay, guys, that's all from my side. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. We have one question. Can I replace adaptive buttons text approve reject with tick marks and cross marks, or webdings or wingding fonts, or any other emojis?
Yes, using this designer, you can even paste an image to this process, to this adaptive card. So you can go and play. I quickly, where is it? Go to this designer and play with it. And there's image set. You can upload image, a rich text box, so you can play a lot and modify it to your needs.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my session, and have a nice day, and watch other sessions.
Thank you, Marcin. We still have 5 minutes time we can take some short break for till the next speaker joins. All right. Okay.